So when I arrived here this morning, my e-bike is about to fall off the bike rack. And what had happened is the shoe that holds the front tire, it pulled completely out. The bolts just the plastic broke. The plastic shoe, the heads pulled right through the shoe there, the bolts, the heads of the bolts. So at that time, I'm like, oh God. I do have tools and everything. I know I can take care of it, but my first immediate mission is to get out there to the trail cameras and replace those batteries before it gets too hot. As you can see, the sun's well up already right now, and I got to get out there. And it's about a 4 mile round trip. But this is when I get back, I'm taking the shoe off of the front, and then I'm going to take the shoe off the other side, and I'm going to put it where I'm taking the one off. And the reason for that is that e-bike I have weighs about 175 pounds. And the front rack, you see how far it extends from the main support bracket. I just figured if I'm going to put a lot of weight on that bike rack, and it's rated up to 180 pounds for each bike, but at the same time, I don't want to. You're going to get more bounce and more play and everything. So I'm moving the shoe over to the other one, and that way I'll have the less bounce, and the weight of the bike will be supported better. Now, when I went out there was a lot of Nilgai, a whole lot of Nilgai. Activity was pretty good, so I think you guys are going to enjoy the video here. This outing here, the batteries probably go almost 2 months, and when 2 months is over from now, it's going to be middle of September. Hunting season's just around the corner. And I don't want to leave these trail cams out when there's a bunch of people roaming around in the area. They probably wouldn't mess with them or anything, but I think it's better to not have an opportunity to lose them than lose them. So right now, there's almost nobody goes out there. There are a few. Especially in this area where the road's not in that great a condition, when the other side has a lot better roads, and bike riding's a lot more enjoyable over there. But this one here, it's a pretty rustic old trail. I like it because it's full of wild game. I guess that's because nobody comes over here. Again, I said nobody, but I sure do. Right. Now, I'm going to be sprinkling the trail cam shots that were captured this month here and there. We're getting ready to ride out to the trail cam areas, and I got my batteries, I got my memory chips. And speaking of that, I don't know why they use micro SD cards in those things, because I'm standing in grass, it's up to my waist, and I drop them. We came up on our first Nilgai. I had already replaced the batteries at this point, and I'm on my way back, and I jumped a bunch of Nilgai on the way back, a whole bunch. You'll see them. I'm going to go ahead and be quiet, and we'll just enjoy the scenery. that holds the front wheel extends. I started at the beginning, just wanted to show you guys I did have some trouble sometimes. I did get back home and I was able to get another foot. I was surprised and happy. In the directions, it shows 3 screws, and the screws were different lengths, and the longest screw on both feet wasn't in the back parts bag, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I didn't worry about it, and evidently I needed that 3rd screw, and I probably should have dealt with that right up front, but I didn't. But when I got home, after I ordered the other foot, I went back out there. I had some longer screws that would work just fine for what needed to do. And so the one that I have right now does have the 3 screws in, and I do have another longer screw when I get the foot. And I'm kind of hoping for competition, but I do have the 2 old ones and a replacement screw. It's going to be long enough to get that foot securely down where it won't rip through the bolts anymore. I did touch on probably the middle of September when I have to come back out here again. Hunting season will be just around the corner from there. So I'm going to pull them in. I've been thinking where I'm going to put those trail cameras. At this particular point, I don't have a plan for that, but the good thing is that at that time of year, the fishing's very good. And when I have down trail cameras, and then I guess hunting season's I think it's 1st of February, you can pretty well call that over. And that's about the time when the fishing gets risky. So I'll get back out to the trail cams again. But we'll get, I guess, maybe a couple more months out of these trail cam videos. I will miss them. I do like them. But even my trips out here to the lagoon are going to be far and few between because it's back-to-back hunting. I mean, one week, next week, next week, next week, next week. There are like Wednesdays you could go out there and there's no hunts going on Wednesday. And I just might do it. There we go. Little background noise. I don't know what the wife was yelling out or whatever, but I'm going to finish up this. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit subscribe if you enjoy this video, and we'll have a few more trail cam scenes coming up, and we'll see you on the next one.